Hello, welcome or welcome back. I should be saying that to myself really, because it's been a while since I have recorded a video, so it's great to be back. And today I just wanted to share with you something that I use to help me kind of detach myself from a really full-on reality. It's a technique that Neville talks about in his book At Your Command, and that's what we're talking about today. Stick around. So this is the first video I am filming since the flooding. As many of you know, I'm based in Australia in northern New South Wales, and across the whole kind of east coast of Australia recently, we experienced the worst flooding in our nation's history. It has been so catastrophic for so many people. So many people have lost absolutely everything. It's still ongoing, the recovery process. It's a much more organized process now. And during that time, so after the flood occurred on the 28th of February, the entire internet system went out across the whole region. So nobody had internet access, and we reverted back to a non-internet, non-technology based society, which was kind of interesting and awesome at the same time. But during that week, it gave me the opportunity to take a step back from everything that I've been doing and really look at what am I doing and kind of what do I want to be doing, and really set a vision for myself and my future. Because when I came into this work recording these videos, I didn't have a plan, I didn't have a vision. I just started recording these videos and it just kind of took off. But this week without internet gave me the opportunity to really work out what was important to me. Obviously, that's what these situations do when they come into your reality. They really force you to look at what's important. What do you want for your life? What do you want for your reality? Those were the questions that I was asking myself when I was able to create the space from helping out with the recovery effort. And it really helped me to really clarify this vision. And so I wanted to share with you some of the results of that, and that includes really putting more time and attention into this, because this is what I love, this is what I want to do. So I have set up a Patreon page, which is a paid page with all of these videos on. I've also opened Quick Coaching, which is online email-based coaching, which is a more cost-effective and time-effective way of coaching through a certain situation. And also, what else have I done? I have outlined a book that I want to write. I have outlined a course that I want to create, and I've just done a bunch of stuff that is going to be the things that I'm going to be working on coming into these next few months. I also bought a house, so there's been a lot going on. I bought that just before the floods, thankfully, on a hill. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Hedley Derenzie. I'm a qualified life coach, author, and law of assumption enthusiast. It is the stories that create our reality. So if you want to change any part of your reality, it's a good idea to start by changing the story and consciousness first, and that is where these teachings can really help. If you would like support, as I said, I am available for one-to-one coaching. I also have email coaching, and I have a free 21 days Set Yourself Up with the Ultimate Self-Concept course that you can download now, or if you just want to stay connected, I am on Instagram. All of those details I'll be putting in the comments box below, so check those out. That will give you more information, and I'll continue to talk about those with each of the videos that I continue to do. So with that said, let's get into it. Okay, so today I wanted to share with you a technique that really helped me detach from a reality that was proving pretty challenging and pretty difficult to separate myself from. In the coming videos that I'm going to be doing, I am going to be referring to the floods that we experienced here, because so much came out of that experience, and especially with these teachings, putting them into practice. And that's what these teachings are really designed for, is to help you navigate your reality and to awaken into more of who you are through this real physical 3D experience, which is why we are here. So it's all good and well to learn about these teachings, to read the books from Neville, to watch the videos, and to, you know, like think about what it is that you want to experience. But then when reality shows up with these full-on experiences, it's kind of like that's where the rubber meets the road, and that's where we get to really put these teachings to the test. And my God, they do show up and they do work. Starting from the beginning, from the basics, consciousness is the one and only reality. Consciousness is the one and only reality, and reality is a reflection of consciousness. Like across the board. Like that in itself is profound, especially when you are faced with a reality that is like oh my God, something you've never experienced before, and it's very challenging. One of the things that helped me through this process was a technique that Neville talks about in At Your Command, in The Complete Reader. It's one of his first books. It's a technique that really brings you back into the truth of who you are and kind of that connectedness of infinite nature of who we are, the eternal nature. The God nature, imagination. Personally, I'm a city girl. I was brought up in Sydney. I was born in Sydney. I've lived in different countries, but I have never really been witness to a natural disaster of this extent. You know, the 3D shows up and it's a very physical experience because people's houses were going under, they were losing everything. And then the aftermath of that where you just get in and you help. So you're very much in the 3D, and I was very much locked into the 3D experience, and I needed to be. It wasn't something that, you know, I was law of assumptioning my way through. And I was aware at the time that at some point I'm going to have to separate myself from this 3D experience to give myself time to connect to what's occurring in my reality and how is that relating to me and my consciousness and what is going on in my consciousness. So these were the questions I was asking, and I knew that I needed to create some space from reality in order to do that. When the senses are heightened, you're in fight or flight, or you're in stress, your emotional well-being is kind of compromised. You can't be law of assumptioning in that state. So one of the prerequisites to this work is emotional and mental stability. You have to create a state of stability and equilibrium within yourself in order to create and manifest. You can't do that if you are in a fight or flight mode or in a life and death situation. Not that it was a life and death situation here, it certainly was elsewhere. But certainly where survival is priority, that's not the time to be law of assumptioning. So when I was able to create some space, what I did, and this is what Neville talks about, and this is what I wanted to share with you in case you're going through a really challenging 3D experience, is to bring yourself back into connection with the infinite awareness. And Neville describes this as the I am state. So the I am is the name essentially of God. So I am is the name of God of infinite awareness, infinite consciousness, essentially imagination. So when you bring yourself into the I amness, you're bringing yourself into the unconditioned awareness, the unconditioned infinite awareness where all things and everything is possible because you're not confined to any one state. You haven't conditioned the awareness, the infinite awareness with a condition, let's say. One of the meditations that Neville talks about and which I practice, which I found really helpful, was where I brought myself into a sitting meditative state. So I was just sitting on my bed and I just closed my eyes and I kind of shut myself down to all the senses. So I put my blindfolds on and I just breathed for a moment and really got myself into a calm state, a meditative state, just focusing on my breath. And then what Neville suggests to do is to repeat the words I am. So with every breath, you're just breathing in I am, and you're releasing I am. And by doing that, what you're actually doing is you're bringing your brain waves down from beta, which is the busy mind. It's the kind of the day-to-day mind. You're bringing that down into a theta state. The other word for it is focused perception. Now, that is the state to create from. You cannot create from a beta state in the brain, and that's like that day-to-day kind of busyness that most of us live in a day-to-day basis. When you want to create, you have to bring your brain down to theta, which is a much more relaxed, calm, stable brainwave. About one of the ways to get there is to just bring yourself into that meditative state and repeat the words I am. And that's all I did. I didn't condition the I am with anything like I am smart, I am strong, I am rich, I am powerful, I am successful, or whatever. I didn't do any of that. All I did was I just brought myself into connection with the I amness, into the infinite awareness. And it just helped bring me back into that equilibrium that I had lost by being so focused and caught up in the 3D experience. And once I had reconnected to that state, I was a lot calmer and I was a lot more at peace within my reality. So I just wanted to share that with you because that is a technique, that is the technique you create from, but it is also the technique to remove yourself from a stressful reality. So you don't need to condition it with anything, you can do that later. But if you are finding yourself in a stressful fight or flight state, bring yourself into that I amness, that meditative, calm, peaceful, unconditioned awareness state. And from there, you can go back out into reality and you're not as attached, you're not as kind of wired in that stress. It's just a lot calmer state. And so I just wanted to share that with you as a way of calming down and bringing yourself back into connection with yourself if your reality is proving pretty confronting. And many different things can, you know, it doesn't have to be a flood to do that. You can just be in a difficult conversation with somebody or have an argument with somebody or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Like if you are in some kind of stressed fight or flight state, I really recommend practicing that. Create some space for yourself, shut your senses down, close your eyes, bring yourself into your breath. So really focus on your breath. And once you've just calmed down, then repeat those words, I am, over and over and over until you connect with that expansive, relaxed, kind of very calming. You'll know it when you're in it. You'll feel it and you want to stay there for longer. You're now in a much more relaxed state and you are in a really good state to then go out into your reality again and get back on with your day. Please remember, as always, you are the creators of your reality. You are the superstars of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you and assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. And this is my vision for you. Thank you for listening. I will look forward to seeing you next time. And don't forget to like this video and share it and subscribe to my channel and anything else that you can think of. Okay, thanks. I'll see you next time. Bye.